Podcast will definitely contain strong language and sexual content. Please don't sue us, because we cannot afford a good lawyer.
Welcome, listeners, to the second episode of the Bang Gangers podcast. We are all so delighted that you are back here with us this week. Just to remind you, I am Julie Kennedy, and here with me are my wonderful friends.
My name is Jelle Nauta.
And my name is Jose Lopes.
And that's us. That's the three of us, and we are the Bang Gangers. And remember, that's Bang Gangers, not gang bangers. And we really hope you enjoy this podcast of ours, our comedy podcast where we make jokes. We make jokes, right?
We're funny. I just want my mother to listen to this. My mother doesn't even speak English.
Yeah.
But I just want her to be proud of me somehow.
Well, hopefully we can make Jose's mother proud.
Someday.
Yeah.
It won't happen yet, but, 40 years later, maybe.
Mom.
Well, or we can make someone else proud of you.
Like who?
Just any person on the streets.
No, I just
Henk and Ingrid.
need the love of my mother. No one else.
That's true. That all anybody needs is
We have
their
to
mother's
start
love.
somewhere.
And comedy, which is what we're going to be doing. You settle in now and strap in for our wonderful segments about love and agony. And there's going to be music and a song.
And questions?
And maybe there's questions.
Questions as well. Whoa.
We love to ask questions.
If our listeners write in again.
Yes, remember to write into banggangers@gmail.com.
Banggangerspodcast@gmail.com.
Exactly, that's what I said. What is the most ridiculous cause for a headache that you can come up with? So like an imaginary cause. Like, oh, I have a little less brain today. Some of my brain fell out.
Oh, in a fantasy world.
In a fantasy world, yes.
A mosquito stick too deep in my forehead, and I think it damaged some part of the brain. Yeah, I guess so. Or a fly put eggs in my brain, and probably later new flies are gonna come up out of my poo.
That sounds like a pretty realistic one.
Yeah.
Well, how do the flies get in? Through your ear or nose?
Yeah, probably the ears is
They must
the.
be very tiny then.
They say that, for example, if you're naked and you are in the forest and then you fart, some flies can get into your anus because they smell it. And it's like, whoa, here there is some
Something tasty.
something tasty. Let's get in here. So don't be naked in the forest and don't fart at the same time. Don't do these three things at the same time.
Maybe too late for me.
Oh,
is
yeah,
one
I'm
of the
pretty
things
sure
that-
Yella's done
This
that.
is one of the things I learned too late in my life.
If your 5-year-old self suddenly found themselves inhabiting your current body, what would your 5-year-old self do first?
Look at the cock. What is the size of the cock? Right? Look at
Wait,
yourself in
at
the
5
mirror.
years old, are you that concerned with your cock?
Yeah, probably, right? It would be like, whoa, look at that cock. It didn't grow much. Yeah, probably, or yeah, stuff like that, right? So things like body hair or facial hair. And
Yeah, I
these-
don't know if you would be that concerned with it. I think I'd be more into getting cookies out of the cookie jar that's too high, or going to the to the supermarket to buy things and pretending to be a grown up.
Yes, I also think eating way too much candy
Yes.
suddenly, because I also have the money that my grown-up buddy has. So I can buy whatever I want, play video games all the time, and also maybe freak out a little bit about all the years that I lost. So first I have to figure out how old is this body, and how many years do I still have left.
But you're still 5 years old, right? You're just suddenly in your older body.
Okay, so there's no new memories.
I don't think so.
Just
No.
one day to the next.
Yeah. So then your mom comes in. She's like, "Oh fuck,
Robin
oh,
Williams.
what happened to my little boy?"
You behave still like a kid, right?
Or no, what is it? Big.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's exactly like that movie.
It's exactly like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
you
Yeah,
get
this
hired
is the
by a
whole plot.
company for your fresh outlook on life.
Yeah, but you can also go to find other kids and then just abuse them, right? Because now you can, for example, like,
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
would
So you go to
definitely
the
do
bully
that.
down the
Yeah.
street, and you're like, "I
Yeah.
told you I'd get you."
yeah,
Yeah, I did. Do you have vendettas?
no, I don't.
I think Jose was the bully.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't. I've never been a bully, but also I've never been bullied either. So I was in between, yeah. But I've never
So
been.
just standing by, watching everybody else get bullied, but not doing anything.
Switzerland
to
is
I
help.
would, for example, if someone else was bullied, I might have laughed. For example, I would be laughing in the background and say like, "Oof, it's not me." That's good. So yeah, that's how do they call it? There's a facilitator. No, how do they call those?
Yeah,
those-
something like
An
that.
empowerer, a team
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
Somebody who does nothing.
exactly. I would also not save people because I didn't like super nerdy people. Although today I think I'm a bit of a nerd, but I didn't like nerdy.
I think you're cool, Jose. I think Yella
Well,
agrees.
cool
Well,
nerd.
nerdy
cool,
is cool these days.
yes,
so-
something in between. Exactly. Again, in between two worlds, I cannot decide ever. Yeah.
Oh, life, huh?
It's just opportunistic nerddom.
Yeah.
Right? I was a nerd before it was cool. So I got bullied. I feel like I got bullied. Probably everyone feels that a little bit. But as a child, I did have this thing for in the future, when I'm 10, 20 years older, then I'm going to find that boy
Yeah.
again, and I'm going to beat him up or burn his house to the ground or something like that.
Wow.
Really? And do you know anything about these bullies?
No, I
or-
have no idea where they are now.
Can
or
we
what
find
their
him?
life
Can
is.
we? Maybe they are listening to this podcast. What would
Yeah.
you tell them
That
today?
could be. Depends. I would first have to see what state they're in. Probably I wouldn't tell them anything. I would just, if I have to do something, then I would just punch them or
But now you're
pull up their underpants. I don't know what the name for that is.
But now you're an adult, right? Now
Yeah.
you can get in
What
trouble.
What if they're in a wheelchair now?
Yeah.
And they had a really hard life. Are you gonna kick them out of the
I'll
wheelchair?
just slap them a little bit,
Just a little bit.
maybe, or tilt them. Right? It's funnier if you just use their complete powerlessness to do the
Okay.
minimum effort to make them
Okay.
suffer a bit.
So you don't believe in forgiveness?
That's a very Christian question.
no,
Do you believe in
not
forgiveness?
really believing, right? It's a concept, and some people practice it. And if I feel like it, then sure, I can forgive.
Okay, but
But I
not your
don't think it's
belief from
something
when you were
would-
5 years
Of course,
old.
I have. Yeah,
Oh.
or I got over it. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm not spending my nights now tracking them down on Facebook or LinkedIn and then
Crying in the
coming
middle
up
of
with a
the,
big master plan to get them fired from their job or divorced.
crying in the middle of the night, like no, not me. No.
Why, Jimmy? Why? Why'd you have to be that way? So, Jose, you're a scientist. What experiment would you run if money and ethics weren't an issue?
Probably something crazy psychological like they used to do in the 60s and 70s, like, for example, putting a lot of people in a house and give them drugs or roles to beat each other and
So, like reality TV is now.
something like that. Yes, but with approval. Yeah, I don't know. I will give them different. For example, I will start conflicts between them for some reason, and then I would just give them weapons to see how they can handle the situation.
How they
with-
handle conflict.
exactly, but with weapons. Yeah.
Okay,
And
so a war study then.
not war, but more like a possible new ways of entertainment for TV.
Okay.
But this is science, so maybe I would advertise it in that way, like, oh, the new TV show, The Big Brother with weapons, now with scientific support. I don't know, something like that.
I think you can make a lot of money doing that. What would be the best, worst name for different types of businesses? For example, like a dry cleaners, I don't know, you call it dry clothes here today, or amusement parks, like please don't die on that roller coaster.
Okay, so you had all week to come up with examples.
I just made those up.
It's just very difficult. I don't know. It could be.
Okay, I'll take over. I know one real one, which is called Baker Your Butcher, where the name of the owner is Baker, but his profession was butcher. So that's what the sign outside the shop said.
Oh, I didn't get it. Baker, your butcher?
Yeah, it's Baker, Mr. Baker or Mrs. Baker or Miss Baker, your butcher.
Baker, your butcher. Okay.
The other way around could also work, right? Butcher your baker.
Yeah, that one is more fun, I think.
Yeah, but there are not a lot of people called Butcher by their last name.
I was thinking in a milk company that instead of just having a cow in the box, it would be just the farmer, and it could be like
with the wife.
yeah, it's something like my milk or something like
on the box.
homemade milk or something like that.
Drink my milk.
Homemade milk.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Milk straight from the teat.
Yeah.
Or Sour, just as a brand name.
Yeah.
Just give us a concrete company. Like what's the
Yeah.
type of company that you need a name for? An orchestra.
Music.
Yeah. Muzak, right? Z-A-K.
DJ Philharmonic.
What about a gay club? Get it here. Well, that's a good name, I think.
Maybe something with directions to a gay club. You could just go straight down the street.
The Hospital of Jesus Christ. Or Jesus Christ's Hands. In his hands. That could be the name
The
of the
hands of
hospital.
Christ.
The hospital is called In His Hands.
In his hands.
So you go and then they
Is-
don't treat you at all.
Is
So-
either the hands of the doctor or the hands of Jesus. They never specified which one, but it's in his hands.
But it is a man. You know that much.
Yeah, it's the only higher male doctors in that hospital.
It could be not a hotel. It could be the name of a hospital. Or for a prison.
Try to rest for the name of the hotel. Rest in here. Rest in peace.
Also a graveyard.
Well, I think we have a lot of good ideas for
better.
A few good
businesses.
ones to register as well. Today I was also thinking you could just register all the words in the dictionary
That's not possible.
as URLs. Well, they're all registered already, but in the early days you could make a lot of money by doing that. And people did it.
That's some great information.
You're learning here.
Yes.
But
I
you're
love
learning
to
this too late in
learn.
life as well. Because if you had learned this when you were 16, you would have never had to work again or go to school.
I think I still wouldn't have cared then. I would have joined Jimmy to beat you up.
That's the type of information that you can be bullied for.
Yeah. I was never bullied for that specifically, but
For similar concepts.
for similar concepts.
When did something start out badly for you, but in the end, it was great?
Life in general, for example.
It started out bad?
Well, it starts for everyone with pain, crying. I don't remember though,
Amnesia.
because I was 0 years old.
So then I think that doesn't count because you don't remember.
Okay. All right.
Or you mean just your life in general, like from childhood, started out badly, but ended okay?
Studying probably, or studying once you are already teenager and then you go to the bachelor and so on. So it probably started like, I used to enjoy more studying when I was more little. And then later it was more like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's true. I also had a hard transition to university. Studying was no longer fun. Yeah, I was more into drinking.
But it paid back at the end, right?
Yeah.
Dividends.
In
Yeah.
dividends. Yeah. Look at us
Now
now.
we get money
making a podcast. this is my
for some extra
dream.
cash.
Oh yeah, I think dating Julie, that's a good example, right?
What? Jesus. You can tell this story.
Okay. Well,
I step back here.
no, because we matched on Tinder and then we just met up sometimes and then
Yes.
it's never great at the start.
Oh my god.
Never great. I'm only
Never
gonna
great.
repeat certain
Jesus.
phrases of this conversation.
I remember people finding it great if
You
if
have
I
some good
remember correctly.
references?
Well, Julie described you as the guy at the beginning. I remember because I was there in that process, and she described you as the guy that in order to have a date, you need an appointment of
Yes.
3 weeks in advance and stuff
It
like
was
that.
more than that. It was 1 month or more.
Yeah, 1 month.
Oh, really?
It
Yes.
was like, oh, nice time. Hey, do you have, maybe we can go to salsa class in, let's see, 6 weeks from now on Tuesday at
I
6?
don't think it was that extreme.
It was that extreme. You even said the times and you were like, oh yeah, I have this thing right before it, but at 6 o'clock I'm free.
Oh, okay. Maybe I was just trying to be interesting. I don't know.
Tough, right? Trying to be tough.
But also trying to come up with something fun to do and not just meeting up somewhere, because then I just only have to talk to a person that I barely know yet.
And then they realize that, oh, fuck, there is nothing to talk about.
Exactly. So that's why I prefer to have something to do. And sometimes that's a bit further in the future.
A bit further, 6 weeks.
I think you're just making up the
I am
6
not
weeks.
making,
I
okay,
would
6
never
weeks is a
ask
bit
someone-
of an, but it was at least 4 weeks.
I think you're still bidding way too high there.
No, this is
I have
totally
to go down to
serious.
2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
2
tops.
weeks? No way. No.
Come on, just settle for that, right? That's
No.
still way too long.
Okay,
for
you
a
can
date.
tell why it didn't work out.
Well, it did work out, right? Because this is that's the point of the story. It worked out great in the end, and that's,
Yeah, now we're
I
all
think,
happy.
The only thing I can think of, because most other things start out great, and then it's all downhill from there until it stops, and other great things start until they fizzle out.
Just to be clear, you guys are just friends for years already, okay? So
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
that's the point that Yel is trying to make here. It's great because you are good friends now, that you can make a podcast together and not fighting anymore.
Sure, why not? It was 4 weeks though. I'm in a very loving mood right now.
Shall we do another section, maybe?
It's all good.
Okay.
Someone else can start.
Well, this was a perfect introduction for our next section, the section of love. So, Julie, what did you do last weekend?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Jose. Well, last weekend I went to a spa or a wellness resort, as they are quite commonly known. And I went with my boyfriend, and we had a couples massage. And it was the
couples massage.
Yes.
Is it a massage that is done by a couple, or is it a massage that is done to the couple?
very the second one.
The second one.
Yes. So this is our first massage ever. So we never had a massage before. And so we get there. First of all, we don't know if we're supposed to be naked or not, which is just a little bit awkward.
It's always better to try naked, and then if they say something, just to put the I'm sorry. I do that in schools and everything. When
I would just ask for a happy end, and then when they react really angrily
During a couple's massage, you
Yeah.
ask for a happy end. To
Uh-huh.
who? To who do you ask that?
to the attendant.
Okay. With your partner just right there.
Well, I think a lot of people want to have a trio or some other multi people sexual experience. And I think this is a good opportunity.
I think masseurs need to be paid a lot more money if you
Why it's not that much harder than giving a massage.
Jesus.
yeah, different skills. Yeah.
Well,
Also, if they get mad, then you can still pretend that you didn't know what happy ending implies normally.
I just wanted to be happy, right?
Yes, I want to be happy like everyone else.
oh, what? My hard cock is out. Oh God, I didn't realize.
That's how all the good porn movies start.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was. We got to the room, and there was this soft music playing. You know, everything's very relaxing. Yes, like that. And then they were using some essential oils, right? And they started, doing their thing.
Their thing.
Doing their thing, yes. No happy endings implied.
Okay.
But then I heard this noise, and it was the masseur's stomach. Her stomach. She clearly ate something for lunch, and her stomach was just the entire time
Oh,
Churning.
the professional woman, the
Yes,
one that is.
the massage person, the
Oh.
masseur.
Wow.
Yeah, so her stomach was the whole time making these noises, and then there's this relaxing music playing, and you're really trying to relax, and you like have to hold back laughter because it was so funny.
But maybe this was part of the experience, right? So they also provide some sort of sound relaxation thing.
Oh
right?
yeah,
So
to get rid of the tension, so you laugh.
because they know that they're going to put the stomach pretty close to your ear, right? In this process, so maybe
Yes.
it's like, enjoy my gut sound.
Bowels.
Yeah.
But laughing is healthy as well. So maybe they did it to make Julie laugh. And then she didn't in the end.
Also, it could be there was
Yeah.
also part of this laughing therapy, right? Do they call it like that? Laughing therapy?
Yes. But yeah, that was pretty much it, and so it was pretty funny. Yes, but I think Yella had some interesting topics to discuss as well.
Well, first of all, what did this have to do with
Yeah.
love so far?
Yeah, exactly.
This was about how laughing over funny things can bring a couple closer together.
Oh, so you didn't explain that part, right? So the part in that you felt really connected to your partner
Yes.
through laughing in a situation
Through
in
suppressed
which
laughter.
yeah.
But did you talk to your partner? Can we say his name here, Julie?
Sure.
Okay, to Rulof.
Yes.
Yeah, you talked with Rulof afterwards about the...
Uh-huh. Yeah, so they also found out that when his masseur was massaging him and she was doing his chest or something, and
And the sounds.
no, her boob touched his face.
Oh, that's even worse.
Let me out!
Yeah.
So he had his eye open? His eyes
Oh
open?
yeah, so
that
he
knew?
also kept his eyes open, yeah, because he was really curious. Well, when you could, because they also put all these towels all over your body.
Spot a nipple.
Yeah, and then they also they use very soft voices. So first you lie down with your face, through this hole.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, and then halfway through she takes the towel. She's like, "You can turn over now." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Now you can ejaculate right now.
I think we can go to ghost stories next.
And then it's over, and then she's like, "Oh, it's over. I hope you enjoyed it."
Oh my god. Are you sure you were in a spa? Are you sure it was a spa?
I'm pretty sure. I think it said spa.
Okay.
Spa's here.
Do you count your organs if they were all in place after it?
That's right. I'm not sure. I did feel some. Maybe those were the stomach sounds.
You felt lighter maybe after the
A
experience?
little bit, yeah.
So I will check that. Huh?
Oh fuck.
Okay, we'll hear about that next week. Does Julie still have all her kidneys?
All her kidneys. A new segment of the program.
It's not gonna work, Jose.
I think so. I think it will work.
Okay. And Yella had something to talk about, right?
Yes,
Yella?
exactly.
What is it?
Well, Jose's girlfriend set me up with a date.
Oh, that's true.
Oh wow.
That's interesting. Oh.
And she's the nicest girl on Cernike.
Oh my god.
That's what she told me.
Okay.
Okay.
But did she say
She told you this.
that's
Hello, I'm
about
the
herself.
nicest girl in
No. That's what Joella said.
Oh, okay.
Zernike is a university.
Campus, yeah.
Everyone knows.
Well, for our listeners who are not familiar.
All right. So
exactly.
Jose's girlfriend, Joella, is working. She's not working together with her, but she sees my fiance to be sometimes.
Bit optimistic there.
I hope she's not listening.
Yeah, exactly right.
No, I'm very much counting on the episode being released just way after we have a dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're having a date on Friday, and I'm bringing cookies.
So in some days, in 2 days, you have this date.
Yeah,
You're bringing cookies.
yes, because
Doesn't that come off a little
she
desperate?
contacted me on WhatsApp, and on WhatsApp I have a picture of cookies. So that's how she said, okay, so I see you're bringing cookies, and I said, anything. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Are you excited about it?
A little bit, yes.
Did you talk at all?
No. I don't really enjoy chatting that much.
So you think
And
you're
I
gonna
feel like it also always
the
makes
date's
things
gonna go
worse.
well then because you don't like chatting and
Gonna go right to it.
I don't know.
You're just gonna drop your pants
I told
as you walk
Joella
in.
already. Well, yeah, we could start with sex, but I don't think that's how most people
No.
are good at starting their relationships.
No.
So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. With one complication
Uh-oh.
is that I also matched someone on Tinder.
Oh no.
Oh God, you have to choose.
So now there's another woman. I haven't had a date in months, and now suddenly a second one shows
Dude.
up, and she matched me. I did not match her; she matched me.
What does that mean?
You
Well,
matched-
that on Tinder you get a message like someone liked you on Tinder that you already liked ages ago.
So she liked you first.
No, I liked her a long time ago.
Oh.
I liked.
Oh,
I
so
didn't-
now she's gone through all the eligible bachelors and now she's circled back to you.
No, this is someone who for the first time got to see my profile and thought that's an eligible bachelor. So she swiped me to the right, and
Right.
just like that we had a match.
And are you talking to this one too?
Yes.
And
Ah.
how is that going?
It's okay. She's from climbing.
Are you making
She likes
she-
climbing.
oh,
I've
she
seen
likes
her
climbing.
before. Yeah,
you making
Is she
cookies for
vegan
her as well?
Yeah, you also gonna make cookies for
maybe.
her?
No, that would come across
Now
as
you
a
have
little,
two women
as a
on the
little
go.
desperate.
You
I
could
think.
make a lot of cookies and then you have a new batch of cookies for each, you know? So it's only one time that you have to work and then you have something to offer to both.
That's smart.
Yeah, you can make a whole batch, and then put them in the freezer, and then just
Use them every time I go on a date. I
every
bring
time, you bring
cookies
like,
from the
look,
freezer.
look, homemade cookies. Well, you defrost them first.
Yeah.
I'll just bring Julie's Christmas pudding that's still in my cupboard. Yeah, that's it. And first, we were going to meet up this weekend for
With this Tinder girl.
exactly
Mhm.
for a culinary 4 miles, a medium long walk with food and drink along the way.
Okay.
But then
that's
she
not
has
happening.
to go to Amsterdam because she's meeting a friend, male or female there.
Another potential eligible bachelor.
I don't know.
Another Tinder match.
She's going to Amsterdam, so that clears that up a little
Okay,
bit.
so now
because
you
it would
can-
be a bit awkward, I think, to meet with my what is it? With
Future wife to be.
exactly on Friday, and then the next day already with Tinder girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I
Tinder
mean,
girl.
people do that, right? Like one day after the other dates, but it does feel a little bit tacky to me, at least.
Yes, and my agony is: should I tell them both about the?
Oh no, you don't
No,
do that.
Shut the fuck up.
No, you
Shut the
lie to
fuck up.
them.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Just, I mean,
it's okay to be dating to start dating two people
well,
at the same
you,
time.
Yes.
you don't even have to mention this thing. If they ask, I think is obviously fair to
Stupid
say.
to say.
Yeah, no, it's fair to say yes. Yeah, I'm actually tomorrow having a date, but you don't even have to bring that conversation up, right? Because it's not that you are getting married or something, right?
That's
But this
true.
is his future wife to be.
yeah,
when
but
they-
she doesn't know that
Okay,
yet.
so say on
Okay.
Friday I'm walking around with the PhD girl, and she asked me, "So what are you doing this weekend?"
And then you say, "Oh, this weekend." You mean this weekend or next weekend? And then you are
Oh,
also
I'm baking cookies.
also making time. Yeah. Oh, this. You mean this one? Yeah, you mentioned cookies.
Not last weekend.
I'm making too many cookies. Yes, and you're not lying, right? You're just making cookies.
No, I made them all in a batch. So this weekend I'm taking some cookies out of the freezer and presenting them to another eligible bachelor as a gift
You can say always another a person, someone,
to a human.
a human being.
Yeah,
an
you
animal.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
And what are you gonna do Friday?
we are just going to meet up in the city and eat cookies. And Joella told me to just take it slow, Jelle. Take it slow, and it will all be fine. So that's what I'm going to try.
Good.
I think you should propose in the first date. I think. Don't take it slowly.
I think she'd really like that.
Yeah.
If
Just
you
propose.
hide the ring in the cookie,
It would be a good
and
joke,
then she
right?
bites,
it
and
would
then
be
her teeth breaks because
I'd have to take her to
because of
the,
the diamond.
emergency hospital.
yeah, and then you guys bond and you laugh because you put the ring in the cookie, and then
Yeah.
right because we talked earlier, like laughing about a situation is what brings people together,
Yes.
and then you get married.
It makes sense.
Okay, I'm not really taking you seriously here. I don't think I should do that, but yeah, I'll just see whether there's a click, as they say, right?
Yes.
And maybe we can become friends. And then we can become lovers.
First friends and then lovers.
Yeah, doesn't that work? Is there a friend zone?
I don't believe in that saying, the friend zone.
I also don't.
Yeah, just like some dudes say that. Careful with the friend zone. Yeah, what are you talking about? Friend zone.
I think friend zone is also an excuse for mostly men to justify, right, that their girl doesn't like him.
Rape.
And
just to go fast.
For example, and for girls to justify not liking a guy without just saying that outright.
Yeah, he's in my friend zone. And actually what they mean is like, I wouldn't touch it, not even with a stick.
If he was the last person on earth, I wouldn't touch him with a stick.
Yeah.
Like you said, touch it with a stick.
That creature, yeah.
I wouldn't even touch it. Oh, well, that's all we have time for
Really?
on
Yeah.
love.
I have so much more.
All right, so now we are coming into the agony aunt section of the show where people write in and with their problems, and we can try and give our very good advice. So this week we have someone, her name is Pregnant with the Post. She writes in, my mom's dog attacked our postman. I tried to help him, then one thing led to another, and now I think I'm pregnant. And that's all we have to go on.
There's a bit of a jump there, right? From an aggression of a dog to a pregnancy. I have a lot of
I
questions.
think it's very logical.
Is it pregnancy from the postman or from the dog or
Yeah,
from a third person?
I was
I
thinking
think
the
we
same.
can be pretty sure it's the postman.
Is her mother the one that is pregnant from the postman, or is herself the one pregnant?
I'm pregnant.
She's
is what
pregnant.
she said.
Yes.
She said, I'm
She's pregnant. Probably the postman did it, and it was the mom's dog that attacked the postman. So maybe it really is the mom's fault because she let the dog attack the postman.
Was she asking whose fault it is?
She wasn't asking. She's just, this is her
Problem.
This is her problem. Yeah.
Well, it's not a problem.
Well-
Why is it a
Well-
problem? It's millions of women are pregnant every day.
But she's pregnant because the dog, her mom's dog, attacked the postman, and now her mom's gonna be, you know.
And what is the relationship? Because she doesn't specify if she still is with this man, with the postman, or
I don't know if she was ever with the postman.
I think they should start considering what is going to be the future job of that baby. Should that baby be also a post baby? Right?
I
mean, you
think
have to
that's
think
what she's
about it.
suggesting because she says her name is pregnant with the post. So maybe this is her whole quandary that, oh no, my baby is going to grow up to be a postman.
Oh, so this is sort of a joke. Yeah.
This is not a joke. This is very serious. This girl,
Is she going to have a baby, or is she going to spell postcards out of her vagina?
so you think
I think postmen can have just regular postman children.
so it could be, yes, that the postman, instead of impregnating her with his seed, did it with a bunch of letters or
Yeah.
packages.
That's
and
a very
now
romantic
she
idea,
is
right? That they-
pregnant with these packages.
Yes,
Packages
they had a
are-
long-running correspondence, writing romantic letters to each other because they were not allowed to be together because the mom's dog was always there guarding.
Yeah, that sounds more romantic. But yeah, also packages are usually in a square shape.
So
And vaginas are not square-shaped.
Exactly. Kind of a
I
difficult.
think you can make things fit there.
Can you?
Square.
Well, you don't have a
things-
vagina. You don't know.
I would be impressed.
That's true. We should not be mansplaining this to Julie.
That's true, right? What do we know about vaginas, huh? Well, we came out of a vagina as well, huh?
Yeah, and do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, I think we're talking too much about vaginas on the podcast
I
so
just
far.
like to say the word vagina.
Yeah, but
I think it's the G. It sounds nice, right?
It's the combination vagina.
okay, guys. Okay,
vagina.
we're getting out of hand. I think we answered that question.
Can talk
So
about
now-
that on my date.
No. Now I think we've got a little more serious one. Her name is Lady in Waiting, and she writes, my mother-in-law was furious that during a family meal, I served my 7-year-old son before her. She said my behavior was disrespectful and my mothering skills too, in brackets, child-orientated. When I said I was simply relieved he was eating again after having bad tonsillitis, she barked at my husband, are you going to allow her to talk back to me like that? My sister says she won't speak to her again. Why should I? My husband says we need to keep her on side as her house will come to us when she dies. Okay.
The one that complained was the mother.
Yes, the mother is complaining to the daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law doesn't know what to do because the husband says that they're going to get the mother's house. So they also don't want to piss off the mother-in-law, but the mother-in-law is clearly being a bitch. So
Fuck you, mother-in-law!
I
think
agree with
all,
Jose.
it all sounds very bad.
Yeah, it's just like... It's
Right? The argument of we have to inherit the house, we cannot let the house go to charity, which is the plan B, I'm assuming.
To let the house go to charity?
to sell it to
Yes,
someone else.
I don't think that's a good idea to stay friends with someone just to get the inheritance.
I think that's a great idea.
I think she's a bitch, and she's trying to use her power because she doesn't like that woman, the woman that is writing.
Yes.
I
She doesn't like it because she's taking her little boy away.
exactly,
And only she wants her little boy.
exactly. So she's just doing the role of the one that should say something is the husband of that woman.
Exactly.
You know? So the son of that should tell her, "Shut up, mother," and that should be the reaction. You know,
Or
you don't owe me anymore.
or the husband of the, because that's the real paterfamilias in this scenario, right?
Yeah, that's the one
He
that
should
never
restore
does anything. Right?
order.
He
He's a
only watches
bum.
football. He only watches football, and I don't like this woman. She should just, I don't know. Is she poor? She doesn't have a job. Is she?
We can assume so because I guess they really need the house.
Do
But
we
yeah,
have a- do we
apart
have a
from the
name?
mother
What's
being
her name?
her name is Lady in Waiting.
Oh, I know what next time that they are invited to a dinner, she should serve her first. But this time she would poison the food before in advance, and now she would say, "Enjoy your
Don't
meal,
do that, lady."
Catherine," because her name is Catherine always. "Enjoy your meal, Catherine." And
Thank you.
And then she will die, and then they will inherit the house.
Before they had a chance to change the will.
Yeah, bam, win-win.
That's some very solid advice. All right. Then from
You're welcome, lady.
yes, Lady in Waiting. From Too Young to Throw My Life Away. Hey, guy and gal. My girlfriend is pregnant and I've been cheating on her with her sister. Her sister
Whoa,
is also...
Can you repeat? Sorry, this was a lot
This is
of
a man
connections here.
standing in the
Yeah,
question.
this is
My girlfriend is pregnant and I've been cheating on her with her sister.
oh my god, that's horrible.
Right?
Well, that's the kind of questions we do here.
Her sister is also pregnant. I don't want kids. Should I leave them both?
Are they both pregnant of him?
Apparently. Or
Jesus.
this is what we're led to believe. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man, you have a problem. You have two problems, at least two. It could be even more.
Could be 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or 5 or even if
9.
there's triplets.
Run away. That's the advice. Just run away.
Run away? Really? You're
Run.
gonna tell this guy to run away from these two?
Okay. Take some responsibility, you dude. What's the name of this guy? What is the name?
Too young to throw my life away.
Oh, you should
Take some
have thought about
responsibility.
it before, right?
Kill them both.
Yes, you could kill them both. That would
Yeah.
solve all your problems.
Or just make them both take a boxing lesson, for example. Just convince them to take a boxing lesson, and then suddenly, bam, punch in this. oh, abortion. I'm sorry, I didn't know that you were pregnant. Something like that. I don't know.
Abortion.
You have to
Abortion.
with a P. Abortion. Yeah, abortion.
This guy is not very well educated either, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I would just play that card. I don't know.
The abortion card.
Abortion.
The abortion card, yes.
Yeah.
I think the abortion card is the only one that can save you here.
Yeah.
Unless you want to raise both and have,
One big happy family.
they could be some kind of trio couple, right? Trio polyamorous.
That's also possible, but they
Well, trio is difficult because then the sisters getting together, isn't that a bit strange?
maybe they
Yes.
play together already.
So not
Maybe
trio, just two duos. But everybody's cool with it.
Well, it's kind of funny, right? Because 2 sisters, it's not that bad of an incest that you would have there because there's no chance of having children
That's true.
together.
But we're not condoning incest.
No.
So, next question. From I'm too young to be hearing about this, we have...
They are all too young, right? All these people that they
Yeah,
write, they are
it's
all
like-
too young. Too young for
And
blah,
then they
blah.
don't
It's funny.
mention their age.
Too young for rape. Too young for buying a car. I'm too young for doing drugs. Oh, sorry. You can continue with the question.
Thank you. I am disgusted my father still demands sex from my mother. They are both retired and have been married for 50 years. Recently, my mother told me my father expects sex most nights, but she is sick of it, especially as she now suffers from several health conditions. The words, too much information, can't begin to explain how I felt after hearing this, and I can't look at my father in the same way. How dare he subject her to such a regular ordeal? Yeah, that sounds not nice.
So her parents are having sex, and
Yes.
her father wants more sex than her mother,
Yes.
and she also still has to deal with all this information and all these
Yes.
sounds and all this stuff.
Ew.
Well,
I don't think that's that you.
I think it is
This is
quite
pretty
ew.
ew.
Hmm? I would definitely have nightmares if I hear my parents having sex.
But she's not living with her parents anymore now, right?
Are we sure? She's very young for this,
They're just
right?
retired for 50 years.
They've been married for 50 years.
Yeah,
Oh, so
exactly.
then
she's out of
it's-
the house.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And
but
if she's still in the house, it's her own fault, and she has to put up with the sex noises of
no,
her.
this is the father. He's basically abusing the mother. The mother doesn't want the sex.
So she wants to do something about it.
Yeah, she's just kind of horrified. How dare he subject her to such a regular ordeal?
Well, then I think the mom should say no and get a
Because
different
it's that easy.
get a different bed or a couch to sleep
She
on.
has health conditions. She probably needs him to take care of her. What does she do then?
She needs
Well,
to-
then she has
his
to
cock
talk to
inside
him.
to keep on
She
breathing.
needs to suck a little cock
keep
so
on
that he does all the
breathing.
chores.
We are making fun here of abuse. This is not okay. It's not okay, kids.
That's this week's lesson. But I think, what should she do? She can just have the conversation with him and say, hey, I don't enjoy us having sex anymore. And I have not for some time. Well, there's probably some reasons for that. The end.
I know. I think I have an idea also. She could offer herself to her father.
Oh Jesus!
Like, okay, I'm younger than her. I don't have any health conditions. Just
I look
take
kind of
my
like-
body. Don't take her. Take my body. Right, like in the movies. Like
And they
people
kind
do
of
it.
look like her as well.
Exactly. It's like the younger version of her. Her time is gone. Please pay the attention to me that you didn't during my childhood. I don't know, something like that.
There's just too much here that and I cannot.
I think it's a really good out of the box thinking solution.
Yeah, very plausible, healthy way to help.
But why do you
her
think the
mother.
mother does not want to have sex anymore with her husband?
Maybe she doesn't like him. Maybe she's too sick from her health conditions.
Yeah, pain in the vagina.
She's also old, so she's menopause, so she probably has a real dry vag now. And maybe
But
it's
there's lube for that.
It caused a lot
Dry
of
vag.
frictions, but they don't have access to lube. It's very dry, and so it's all very painful and not a lot of pleasure, as old people's sex should be. That's why they shouldn't do it.
Never again. Your time has passed.
Well, I'm going to have sex until I die.
Well, if they allow you to have it.
Well, otherwise I just find a younger model, like my daughter.
Well, this guy
I'm not really joking.
this guy could just masturbate, right? Why?
Yeah.
Not the
Or
same.
Why? Also, the mother and her could just join forces and just to pay a hooker for him. Maybe is that a better solution? Just to pay a hooker, huh?
Well, you just said that hookers make a lot of money, right? They're way more expensive than masseuses.
Oh.
They don't have the money to spend on a hooker.
Okay, cut his dick. That's the only solution.
Okay,
that I can
how about we
see.
just kill him?
Yeah, clean.
Yeah, I think most of the problems that people send us have murder as the solution.
And now for another episode of Ghost. We're going to be telling some scary stories. And this week, Jose's going to start us off.
I'm already scared. Okay. Here it goes, my ghost story.
Good luck.
Thank you. So, this happened 20 years ago. We already had mobile phones. This is just information that I'm giving, completely unrelated to the story. There was an old lady that everyone knew in town. And the old lady was called Esmeralda.
Oh, I'm Esmeralda.
Esmeralda has some powers. She could have visions of other lives. And she could see spirits in the house. And people will ask her, "Oh, Esmeralda, what's my life gonna be? Am I gonna find love?"
Oh, never.
But visions of other people's lives, right? So what did you see from the other people's lives? Just very mundane scenes?
She
Just
saw what would happen, right?
Just wanted to comment on Julie's interpretation and that
What's wrong with my Esmeralda?
Esmeralda had some problems with words.
She's old. You said she was old. I was doing an old person's voice.
Should visit a speech therapist. So Yelle, she could see things, right? Like for example, you're gonna find love, and your love is gonna come in a motorcycle tomorrow.
Oh, a motorcycle.
So she did see the special moments in other people's lives only.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a more interesting power.
But there was a day that a neighbor came because she was worried. Like, Esmeralda, Esmeralda, what's gonna happen with my future? I'm waiting to get married, Esmeralda. Tell me, Esmeralda, am I gonna get married soon? I don't even have a boyfriend, but Esmeralda, I just wanna get married. And Esmeralda said,
What does she say? I'm not doing the voice.
I was waiting for some interpretation of
I
Julie.
was also hoping Julie
I thought
would
I
kick
got
in
the
there.
impression that I was not
Simple
fit enough
yes or
to
no,
do the
Julie.
Esmeralda voice. Okay, fine. You want the... Okay, fine. What was your name, dearie?
Sorry, Esmeralda, I didn't understand you. Can you repeat, Esmeralda?
What was your name?
What is my name?
Yes.
Well, you should know me, Esmeralda. I'm your neighbor. So we've been living together for years. I'm Catherine.
Catherine, yeah. What did you say?
I think Esmeralda's eyesight is not too good.
Esmeralda was clearly having some problems, all right? So then Catherine decided to, fuck this bitch. I'm gonna visit.
Oh no, Catherine. I can tell you things.
What can you tell me?
I can tell you when you will die.
Oh, when am I gonna die?
Right now. Oh!
And then what happened?
I don't know what happened, Jose.
Exactly. So what happened is that old lady just killed her right away. Bah, 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 with yeah, she
With a knife?
she exactly. She always
What have
kept
I done?
she always kept a knife close to her.
On hand to make her own predictions come true.
Exactly. That's a
It's a good ghost story, right?
Is it good? Yeah. So well, but this doesn't end here, huh? Because what happens is that night, Esmeralda had a visitor.
What happened to Catherine? Did she hide the body somewhere?
Catherine died. Catherine just died.
She's dead. She's just
She's
out of the
gone
story.
forever. But Esmeralda, on the other hand, that night,
Is there someone at the door?
and then she went, opened the door, and who was behind the door?
Catherine? We only have one other character here.
Just another neighbor asking for new advice. It's completely unrelated.
Bob.
Completely unrelated.
Neighbor.
And she and this new neighbor had a different question, and yeah, I think the ghost story should have finished a while ago. I think.
You restarted it. You said this is going to continue. There's something more going to happen. I think
expected it.
3 people have to come by, and Esmeralda kills all 3 of them with a knife every time.
Yeah.
She buries them in one grave, and then one day there comes a knock on the door, and she opens the door, and there's some abomination made of 3 different bodies sewn together at the door.
Oh God, it's an abomination.
And it stabs her and buries her in the garden.
I'm being stabbed and buried.
I don't like this story anymore. Like in one hand there is the person with speech problems clearly, and then this abomination of 3 bodies that no one asked for. I think this
It's
story,
your ghost story, Jose. What are
this
you
story
complaining
went
about?
too far. I think the story.
We should have just stopped it when Catherine was murdered. Esmeralda
Yeah.
gets arrested by the police, gets a trial, gets 20 years in jail,
Yeah.
betters her life, just gets out, gets married.
Yeah, and yeah, I just wanted to add that just this old lady was just crazy. There was all in her head. She couldn't see anything at all.
Oh, no.
I mean, would you trust in a person that talks like that?
Kills you.
Like, she didn't kill anyone. It was all in her head. You know, just like
It was all a dream. Okay, and we go on to the next story.
Jesus, someone kill that lady, please.
Who's doing the next story?
Well, I guess I am.
Okay.
This is a story about Thomas Milkson.
Milkson?
Milkson is his last name.
Did he have a cow?
No,
Did he masturbate quite often?
just a normal amount.
What is the normal amount?
For a sailor. For a sailor, the regular amount of masturbation is 5 times a week.
Okay, did you find the data in Wikipedia, or how do you know that?
Yes, I looked it up. There's some online government databases for that.
Okay.
Although I did base it on present-day maritime masturbation rates. And Thomas Milkson was living in the 16th century.
Wow.
Yes. One day, he was out of a job. He was not a sailor yet, and he was walking around the docks. There were all merchants walking around trying to sell their fish and their mussels, when he was approached by a small, fat, bald man in red clothes, who asked him, "Thomas, do you wish to make some coin?"
Why, yes, I do, sir.
"Well, then come back here to this ship yonder at midnight."
Alrighty then.
Yes.
Strange time, right? For a job.
Not in ghost stories. So that ship yonder, called the Forgotten Inkling.
What is
And
this?
so at
What-
midnight,
What is this accent from?
it's the recruiter of the Forgotten Inkling.
I see.
So, and Thomas Milkson said,
Hello. Oh, I'm at the ship yonder. What's all this?
yes, we fast forward to midnight. Thomas Milkson, he'd been getting a little tipsy, just drunk in the bar with his friends.
Hey, ha, ha, ha,
But he-
my buddies. Ha, ha.
He told them, "I'm going home now," but
I'm
actually,
going home.
because he did not want to share this sweet business opportunity with his friends.
They don't know. Ha, ha, ha.
So he arrived at the Forgotten Inkling.
Oh, here I am.
Was this the voice of the... yes, of the red man, huh?
You're asking me?
Hello there, Thomas.
Hello.
Come aboard, will you? Come aboard. The plank is out.
I don't see anything wrong with coming aboard.
And there he went, one step. It's a hard knock on the wooden plank. 2 steps. Second knock on the hard wood. And when he was halfway, a cloud came out in front of the moon.
2 steps was halfway already?
It was a very
Suddenly-
small boat.
Okay.
No, there were multiple steps, but I thought it wouldn't be interesting for the audience to hear every step.
I wanted to count all the numbers.
We
All
can
right.
keep going.
Yes. He
5,
took small
6,
small
7.
steps, and he took 7 steps.
7 steps.
That's the title of this ghost story, The 7 Steps of Thomas Milkson.
That's more reasonable than 2. Okay, you can go on.
And when he was halfway on the plank, a cloud moved in front of the moon, and everything went dark for Thomas Milkson.
Oh, God.
Just follow the sound of my voice, Thomas.
Everything's dark now.
Just move over
Where are
here.
you? What is that? Oh, I
Not
feel
yonder.
something. Is that you?
And that's when he got raped on the gangplank.
Oh!
And the next morning he woke up at the Harbor Cafe with both of his kidneys removed.
Oh no! Oh, kidneys!
The end.
Oh, that was a very good story. I was very scared
Yeah, very scary.
until the end.
Well, this is the end of part 1.
Oh,
The continuing adventures of Thomas Milkson.
it's gonna be a next episode.
Maybe.
Is that allowed?
The future is unclear.
Is that allowed by the law?
Ask
of this?
Esmeralda, okay?
I see.
Huh.
Okay. Yeah, I really liked it. Yeah, I was really scared. Like I can smell a couple of farts at least that I. Yeah,
That you let out from the fear.
I let out. Yeah, that was. the
Yeah, I
verb.
smell them too.
You took
Yeah.
for a walk. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Just be
Okay.
glad this is an audio medium. Here.
Yes. Okay. So, Julie,
Yes.
what is your ghost story?
My ghost story. There was a girl. She was older.
Older than who?
She was my age. She was younger than me.
How tall was she?
She was
Younger than you, but older. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Do you know her age at all?
Julie is an older woman, okay?
She's an older woman.
There was a 25-year-old girl who was 165 centimeters,
Okay.
and she lived in London.
What was her weight? I don't know.
Her
You're
weight
giving numbers.
was 90 kilos.
Whoa. Okay. I'm not gonna make any comment on that.
You don't want to comment
And talk
anymore?
about women's weight.
Exactly. I'm not gonna make any comment on that. All right.
Okay.
Let's set the scene a little bit. What was her how long was her hair? What was her eye color?
She had hazel brown eyes, and her hair was also
Hazel hair.
hazel hair, yes, made of hazelnuts.
That's interesting. Hazel hair.
Yes, so that comes into part of the scary story.
Oh.
Because she was part squirrel.
Oh, part squirrel.
So she's eating her own hair until her scalp comes off. Maybe.
I don't know about that. That's
Maybe
That
some-
sounds like something that will happen.
risky hypothesis.
But maybe something else happens.
We don't know, huh?
Okay,
But
Julie.
we're about to find out.
So she had a pretty high-powered job in the city.
You're today talking a lot about high power, huh? High
She was-
power.
She was a
She's-
mayor.
Julie's into power, huh? Don't you think so?
I think we all know that's real. We don't
I
need
think
to
we'll call
comment
Julie
anymore
Miss
on
Power from now on.
Yeah, Miss
that.
Power.
Yes, actually, her nickname was Miss Power.
Okay. So Miss Power, go on, please.
Yes, and Miss Power. She would walk down the street, click clack, click clack.
The sound a 90-kilogram woman makes when she's...
And I like that it's also click, clack, clack, click. She said, right? Like, so it's alternating also steps, right?
She was skipping across the
You
street.
guys have to make fun of the fat girl, huh?
No,
Just making observations.
I never did that in my life. Please continue.
Okay, well, she was going to an interview. Click, clack, click, clack, clack, click, click, clack, 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 clack. And she was crossing one of the main bridges in London. Click, clack.
Which bridge?
Tower Bridge?
One of the big ones.
I don't know.
Do you want to say which one it was?
I was asking which one because there are many, right?
I don't remember.
Okay.
The Tower Bridge is the safe
The
bet.
Tower Bridge.
The Tower Bridge.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And she noticed somebody running up ahead. And they were running towards her. Yes, like that. And they were coming, but she was a bit busy with her phone. She wasn't really paying too much attention. And the guy, he just pushes her into the oncoming traffic.
I thought into the river.
But did he realize that she was a squirrel?
He didn't realize.
He mistook her for someone else.
He didn't realize, and he should have.
Yeah.
Because he tried to push her, and a bus nearly knocked her over. But then, she used her squirrel magic. And she ate her hair, and she choked him with all those nuts. She just threw them down his neck. And then he couldn't swallow all those nuts. And then she laughed like, ah, ha, ha, now you're going to choke on your own nuts. And then he died. And that's what you get for making fun of the fat girl, okay? Ha!
But there was no motive. First of all, why did he push her in front of the traffic?
He was
Or
an
was it
arsehole.
accidental? He just thought, out of the way.
He was a bad man.
I think
Okay.
that this turned out to be just about making fun of fat people, and I don't think that was the original idea
Of this podcast? This-
of Julie also when she started this story. But somehow she felt that she will turn into us, because she was
Well,
mad
the-
at us making fun of.
Because you're gobshites.
That's true. So we are the man in this story,
Yeah.
but but Julie is clearly not the girl.
What?
We are
Careful there.
We are just the men pushing
I'm
a
not
girl
90 kilos.
in front of a bus. Also, I don't really got it when the girl said you choke on your own nuts, but they're not his nuts, right? Or were they?
Well, they might as well be. It's a funny line, right? Ha, now you choke on your own nuts because he has nuts because he's a man.
These are ghost stories. I don't think they're intended to be funny.
Is there is a political
Okay, they
message
were-
in this ghost story?
Yes.
I think there's an explanation that they actually were his nuts, that from a distance they look like hazelnuts, but actually they are testicles, which she took from him every night, and then they regrew again, but then she took them out of his scrotum again. and
Maybe all
put
the
them on-
nuts in her hair were
them on
actually
her hair.
testicles of all the men who had defiled her.
But slighted her. Defiled? Are you sure?
Attempted to.
Okay.
All right. So a squirrel girl, huh?
Yes, Squirrel Girl. That's her name.
Okay.
Let's tune in again next week for the exciting adventures of Squirrel Girl.
There was a lady sitting in a chair in the church every morning, praying to Jesus. Oh, Jesus, where did all the time go? My youth is gone now too. And then Jesus replied, "You woman, don't be so selfish." Jesus, what are you saying? Everyone who has their time, and your time is gone. Don't say it, Jesus. Don't say it, please. I need my youth, please, Jesus. I'll do anything. Did you hear me? Anything. Please give me my youth. Okay, I can help you. I can maybe help you. If you do something for me. What is it, Jesus? Just come closer. Okay, Jesus. Go to the altar. Yes. Take my cross and suck it a little bit. Oh, suck it. Suck my cross. Okay, Jesus. I do it for you. I'm really into that. Tastes so good, Jesus. Take that cross, baby. I love how it feels in my mouth, Jesus. Okay, you did it well. Now I can give you back your youth. Yes, my youth. Thank you, Jesus. Now you're a baby. Oh. And now I'm excited again.
If you liked it, don't forget to follow our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever fucking platform you use. You can also send your agony to bangangerspodcast@gmail.com and you'll get the worst advice ever. And if you think you're a good person, you can prove it by becoming a patron, because it will be nice to eat at least once a month.